Hi guys, it's Beth. Welcome. This is my project share for 10 on the 10th. It's the final 10 on the 10th collab share for 2021. And this is a collaboration that's hosted by Kim, who is Metal Scrap and Chick here on YouTube. And she created this to encourage us to work on our Christmas cards throughout the year, instead of saving it all for this time of year. And I don't know how many are actually participating in December, because I'm assuming most of them probably have all the cards they need already. I have been working on cards for other reasons throughout the year, and have, like in November, just started working on my own cards. So I do have a share for you today. But anybody else who is participating this month, their links are down in the description box below, so you can check them out and see their cards and get some inspiration. I am still working on this Jingle Jolly paper pad from Recollections. I've used it for the past several 10 on the 10ths and even I think the last sheetload of cards, so there may be some of you who've seen this a lot lately, and I apologize. But I am down to like the last couple handfuls of full sheets of paper and then a whole lot of scraps. So I really have come a long way with this pad this year. It was one that I really want to try and use up this year because it's been in my stash for a long while, 2015. So for my personal cards this year, I have been working on making some photo cards that I can just have made up, and as soon as which I still have not taken the photo yet because I still haven't had time to finish decorating. And so once I do that and can find a good spot to get a photo of the girls, I can take that, get them printed, and just put them on the cards and have them ready to go and send out. And so I did some photo cards. I did a version for last month's 10 on the 10th. I used the December 2021 sheetload of cards to do another version, and then to get the last bit that I needed, I pulled out Operation Right Home sketch number 37, just because it had a big rectangular piece here in the middle that I knew I could kind of make larger to fit what I wanted for the card mat that I was going to use. And then I kind of I used the sketch kind of as a jumping off point and then adapted it a little bit. So still using A2 size cards, and I'm still using, I had already pre-cut all of the solid-ish paper that was left in the pad down to 4 by 5¼ inch mats. And so that's what I'm still working off of. And then I just pulled out any strip scraps that had both red and green on them. And so you're going to see different widths, and even some that aren't quite as long as the card mat. I was just trying to use up some of the scraps. And I think there was one piece I did have to cut a few strips, 2 strips off of like a larger piece because I ran out of the strip scraps. So I just pulled in any strip that had red and green on it. And then my card mats alternate between red and green. And then I have my photo mat here, which is 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. And then instead of this piece going behind the rectangle here, like the sketch shows, I'm still also trying to use up some of the joy letters that I had cut from scrap vinyl. And so I have like a 2-inch strip here, but I didn't want it to go all the way across. And I just glued it down so that I can still slip a picture under there. And this is kind of consistent from all of the card designs I've done. I know that I need to take my picture so that it would, look good, like on a 3 by 4 size, and that I don't mind covering up the bottom. So that gives me a little bit of guidance on how I take my picture. So that is like the base, pretty much the gist of each of the cards, but then the mat may change, this strip changes, and then I tried really hard to use pattern paper, like the scraps of the solid-ish pattern paper for this, but I ran out of green patterns, so I did have to pull in some green cardstock. So again, this was, not only am I trying to get my Christmas cards done, but I'm trying to use as much of that paper in that pad as I possibly can. So they're all, like I said, fairly similar. Just kind of do a quick flip through. But these, they're not very detailed. I did them like in a mass production type method, and so they went pretty quickly. And it's just going to be a nice landing place for a Christmas picture to send out to everybody. And I think I've decided, I can't remember if I mentioned it in my last 10 on the 10th or in my sheetload of cards video, but on the insides, I haven't decorated the insides yet. I think I'm going to print a message on the inside. Since we're running late, it'll just be quicker. If I were to have ordered something from like Shutterfly or whatever, they wouldn't have a handwritten message either. So, you know, kudos to all of you that, you know, handwrite individual messages on all of your cards. One, I can never think of anything to say and end up saying the same thing anyway. And two, I'm just running out of time. So those, I think there are 17 here. I just kind of went by the strips I could find and using 3 sheets of white cardstock, however many of the photo mats that I cut down, that guided how many cards that I made. So I think I have 17 here, and so that I think I only need to make a handful more to finish off the cards I need for our personal Christmas card list this year. So that is my share for 10 on the 10th. Hope you guys got some inspiration. And this is something new to me, doing like pre-making my photo cards. And sometimes it's easier if you have a photo to start with. That's how I've always done it in the past, is I start with my full photo and then build the card around it. But in some ways, this kind of makes the photo process easier, because now I know what kind of photo I need, and, you know, I'm not having to rush to get the cards made after I get the photos back. So I don't know, if you guys ever make photo cards, this might be a good thing to try, is to find a sketch that you can do or come up with your own design and go ahead and pre-make them and just add your photos later. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. I thank you guys so much for your time and hope you have a very crafty day.